Hello everyone, this is James Anderson. I'm the naturalist for the Marion County Park District, and I have some exciting news for the year of 2018. I'm creating a new program called Marion's Natural News. This is going to include some nature lessons. We're also going to be interviewing with some of the people who volunteer with the Park District, also interviewing people who work in the natural resources field. We're also going to be exploring our other parks here in Marion County, not just the parks that the Park District owns, but also we're going to be exploring the city parks, the township parks, the village parks, Big Island Wildlife Area. So I'm really excited to start this journey because I really want to show everybody here in Marion County of what such a wonderful park system that we have. So I hope you all enjoy. I hope you can help me out, spread the news, tell your friends, your family, your neighbors, anybody you know. We're going to be trying to put it on Facebook. We'll also be creating a YouTube channel. So hopefully you will enjoy the show. So go out and explore your Marion County parks, folks.
This is Marion's Natural News.
Hello everyone, this is Naturalist James Anderson, and welcome to our first episode of Marion's Natural News. Today's episode is going to be about exploring Tallgrass Trail late fall, early winter. At this time of year, we tend to think, well, there's not a lot outside to enjoy or to look at. Well, hopefully after today's episode, you'll learn that there is still beauty in this winter wonderland. Stay tuned and enjoy the show.
When you pull into Marion Tallgrass's trail parking lot, the first thing you're probably going to notice is these large windmills. These windmills are for Whirlpool. They're to help supply energy and to save money and also to save the environment. When you come to Marion Tallgrass Trail, you'll come across this weird structure. This is a phone booth that was made out of concrete. It was used for the railroad industry to help people talk along the railroad. What you're looking at now, folks, is Marion Community Foundation Lake. We short down to Foundation Lake, and this is a great spot to just enjoy wildlife. Look at beavers. See the waterfowl swim. You can go fishing from sunrise to sundown. There are so many recreational opportunities at this lake. What you're looking at right now, folks, this is our bald eagle sign. It's one of our last signs that we have at Tallgrass Trail. And it just kind of explains about the bald eagles in Marion County. Also talks about their life history, their ecology, shows some of the different pictures of what an adult and a juvenile looks like. And it's kind of funny, Dan Sheridan once told me that when the sign was being installed, they had an actual bald eagle looking down at the bottom of it. So it was actually probably was quite impressed that it was getting its own sign. So it's a really a neat interpretive sign to look at. Welcome to Wildlife Bridge. I like to call it Wildlife Bridge because there's so many different types of wildlife that you can find here, from turtles, eagles, frogs, fish, ducks, so many other songbirds. It's a great place to explore the Marion County wildlife. The one question that everybody tends to always ask me is, say, James, where are the eagles at Tallgrass Trail? I tend to tell people you have to go by the observation dock, and if you look on the west side of the trail, you can see these tall trees, dead trees actually, they're called snags, and birds like bald eagles like to perch there so they're able to find their prey a lot easier. Now, we've seen the adults and we've seen the juveniles, and I know we've seen in previous footage about how to kind of tell the difference between the full white head and if it has more brown, as usually tells you that it's a younger juvenile bald eagle. But they're still fun to see and watch at Tallgrass Trail. Right now they're not nesting at Tallgrass Trail, but we're hoping that one day, if the kids get kicked out by mom and dad, they may want to come and hunt at Foundation Lake and want to live there, because we have a lot of fish that bald eagles could thrive on. When you're walking down Tallgrass Trail, some of the things you're going to see are the communication towers. This is the past and the present. forms of communication that we use. Some of the other things that you might see are these bluebird boxes. We have birds like wrens and swallows that like to occupy it during the spring and the summertime. It's also a good chance to see these birds up close. This next picture is bush honeysuckle. It's a nasty shrub that's from Asia, and these berries, they look good for wildlife, but they're actually bad. It actually encourages robins and other songbirds to stay during the winter season. All right, folks, we made it to the first mile marker, so there's still a lot of things to see. I like this open area because you can see wildlife and other things at a far distance, such as Canada geese, trumpeter swans, waterfowl, a lot of our different types of songbirds, and a lot of other unique types of wildlife. If you need to cool down and get away from the sun, we have this nice little shelter area that one of the Boy Scouts made for us. And once you go past there, you'll see this nice little forest corridor. And we have a lot of unique tree species such as shingle oaks, a lot of some hickories, maples, things like that. And of course, our apple trees, which, yes, you can eat the apples. They do taste pretty good. And if you look above you, you'll probably see some things like birds' nests or squirrels' nests. If you look real hard, you might see some different types of wildlife occupying this nest, such as Cooper's hawks, sometimes red tails, or actual squirrels or chipmunks. So you just got to keep your eyes open. This is the Big Island Wildlife Area, which is owned by the Ohio Division of Wildlife. And there's a lot of unique grassland and wetland species of wildlife, such as short-eared owls, trumpeter swans, and so much more. When you guys look out in the horizon, it kind of looks like not much, but if you take a closer look, you can see all sorts of living things. I know in these pictures and videos, it's kind of hard to see, but when you got to get out there and explore, and you can find from the smallest birds to mammals, and later on you can see reptiles, amphibians, and anything like that. So one of the things that we offer at Tallgrass Trail is for people who train for 5 or 10Ks, we have these mile markers, and it's a good way for people to train. We actually do have quite a few 5Ks throughout the year. We have individual companies, organizations, and we usually host one in October to help raise money for Marion Tallgrass Trail. So when you're on Tallgrass Trail, you're going to see these weird looking signs. They'll have an M which represents City of Marion, and then the number underneath represents how many miles it is to the Union Tank Station. Marion County was very important in the railroad industry. People tend to ask me, say, James, is there things to do at Marion Tallgrass Trail during the late fall, early winter? And I said, of course there is. If you go out on the trail when it's not icy or snowing, you can take a nice bicycle ride. And if you want to take it nice and slow, take a nice leisure walk and enjoy a nice view of nature.
Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed our first episode of Marion's Natural News. Hopefully you learned something new about Tallgrass Trail and learned the beauty that even though that it's cold and a lot of people don't like to come out during to the trail at this time, that you can still find wonders in nature. So remember, folks, have fun, be safe, but most of all, explore your Marion County parks. I'm James Anderson, and I'll see you next time on Marion's Natural News.